Meet Leonardo da Vinci, the guy who invented flying machines before airplanes were even a thing, and painted Mona Lisa, the most mysterious woman ever to have a smirk that could make anyone question their life choices. But let's be real, Da Vinci was more than just a painter. He was a mad scientist, an engineer, and a guy who liked to sketch weird stuff like tanks and robots. He was basically the 15th century equivalent of a TED Talk speaker, but with a bit more quirk. Let's talk about Mona Lisa for a second. You know her. That woman with the smile that could make you feel both relaxed and unsettled at the same time. But did you know she might have been a little more weird than we thought? Leonardo spent years working on that smile. Some say he had a thing for perfection. Others say he just loved drawing people with tiny, ambiguous grins that make everyone think, is she gonna talk? Is she gonna eat my soul? Who knows? And let's be honest, the Mona Lisa's smile is the ultimate, resting B*ch face. Leonardo was probably just trolling everyone in history. But while people were obsessed with her mysterious expression, he was busy making over 13,000 sketches and notes for his other projects. Yeah, the dude had ideas coming out of his ears. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. Not only was Leonardo an art prodigy, but he was way ahead of his time. He had a notebook that was essentially filled with ideas that would make your average engineer blush. Like, let's talk about his flying machines. Yes, you heard that right. This guy was sketching out helicopters, gliders, and even a prototype for a helicopter, centuries before anyone even thought to try flying. He probably would have had an Instagram account with a hashtag like #TooCoolForWings. But instead, he wrote things like, "The bird does not fly by flapping, it flies by understanding the air." Ooh, bad his flying machines never took off, pun intended. But hey, they did have cool ideas. Though, let's be real, most of them looked like they could have easily been the blueprint for a medieval version of what not to do. Talk about a major #fail. Now, this is where Leonardo gets a little creepy. You see, Da Vinci had this unhealthy obsession with dissecting cadavers. Yeah, you heard me right. Not content with simply sketching people's faces, he wanted to know what was going on under the hood. He would take apart human bodies to figure out how everything worked, and his notes on human anatomy are still regarded as some of the most detailed to this day. If Da Vinci was around today, he'd probably have his own medical drama on Netflix where he's both the doctor and the patient. Let's just hope he's not the one doing the surgery. Hi, I'm Dr. Da Vinci. Today we're doing open heart surgery, but also sketching your lungs. Don't worry, you'll thank me later. Here's something a lot of people don't know about Leonardo. He was actually a bit of a party animal. Okay, maybe not in the way you're imagining, but the guy knew how to live it up. He was known to be a bit of a ladies' man, but not in the traditional sense. In fact, he preferred hanging out with other dudes. Rumor has it, he had a deep relationship with a number of his male apprentices. He also had this thing where he never lived in one place for long, hopping from city to city like a medieval rock star. His relationships with his patrons? Weirdly complicated, just a casual genial artist's diva lifestyle in the 15th century. So there's Leonardo, sipping on some wine, asking his apprentice, "Hey, do you want to see my new flying machine idea? Or my sketches of your brain?" Leonardo wasn't just a genius in art and science, he had a secret side too. The guy loved codes and ciphers. Seriously, loved them. He'd write all his notes in mirror writing, which meant he literally wrote everything backward. Was he trying to send messages to aliens? Maybe. Was he just being a super secretive weirdo? Probably. But hey, it definitely gave him some cool mystique. And no one could crack his codes, which probably made him feel like the ultimate secret agent of the Renaissance. Imagine him walking around like, "I'm just drawing a tank, nothing to see here," while secretly hiding the plans for world domination. Leonardo da Vinci may have been ahead of his time, but what made him truly exceptional was his curiosity. From his art to his inventions, everything he did was fueled by a desire to understand the world in ways no one else had dared to. So while he may have had some odd quirks and some bizarre ideas, it's safe to say that without him, we wouldn't have the world we know today. Da Vinci was not just a Renaissance man. He was a visionary who kept us guessing about what he could do next.